if I record this session. Okay. Okay. So, Miss Shashi here, she is a co-founder and director of Kikaboni Living Private Limited, is a development entrepreneur. Her mission is to make organic input solutions available, accessible, and affordable. She is an expert in participatory training and research. She has deep interest in circular economy, sustainability, and community led enterprises. So, I think she is a very good person to give you that motivation to start your enterprise and to get into the startup mindset, as the workshop name suggests. So, I would like to welcome you, ma'am, and I would like to give you the floor so you can start your presentation. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you so much, Janvi and Akhilesh. Do we start with an introduction round, or how does it work?
It works any which ways that you want it to. If you
I
want
think
an
an
introduction,
introduction will be great. I get to know the participants also.
sure.
Yeah.
Students, I would like you to unmute yourself and tell us your name and what course you're doing or what background you are studying right now, so we can have an interactive session. We can start with anyone, or I will start calling out names if you do not mute yourself. So the first name I see here is Harshita.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. I'm Harshita Suneja and I'm currently pursuing BTech from Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Engineering in Information Technology, and I'm specializing in AIML, and I have a project related to women's safety.
Yeah, that's really great. Next, we have Akib.
Hello, it's Akib Javed. I am
Okay.
currently student at Jamia Millia Islamia, Diploma in Computer Science Engineering. Currently, I am in second years.
Okay. We can go on like this. So we have Mehak, Anishka, Dhruv. I think the
Hi.
students are shy. Yeah.
Hi, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir. My name is Dhruv Gupta, and I'm pursuing BTech from Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Engineering, New Delhi. And my course is Electronics and Communication Engineering with minor specialization in computer science.
Hi,
Go
I'm
on.
Sandra. I'm pursuing BTech in IT from MSIT Delhi, and currently I'm in my second year.
Good evening, ma'am and sir. Myself, Bhumi Mittal. I am from MSIT, second year, pursuing BTech from CSE.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. I am Sham Agarwal from Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Engineering. Currently, I am in the fourth year of my college, and I am doing currently information technology.
Okay. Shashi ma'am, I think we can start with the session.
All right. How many of us are here?
We have 25 students.
Okay, I wish we could have gone to 25, but yeah, there is a constraint of time. And
Yeah.
but very glad to know at least few of you, and that gave me a little bit of background on the fact that you are all students right now studying, right? And a lot of you are also pursuing engineering, so that is interesting. All right. So what I had in my mind was that we will do an interactive session. I'll be very, very nice if you could turn on your cameras, it'll be nice to look at each other at least. And I would like to start with a question, and it would be great if I could get at least 4-5 responses. As the name of the session is startup mindset, right? So what do we understand by startup when the moment we call startup? So in current scenario, whenever we hear this word, how does it
Guys, you can raise your hand, unmute yourself, or drop a text in the chat box. I'll read out.
Mom, it's basically an innovative idea which is just taking place, going to start.
innovative idea that is going to start, is what you said. All right. What else?
Ma'am, I think startup is a idea which is solving someone's issue and help us to make money also.
Okay, solving an issue and also makes money.
Yep. Yes.
All
Ma'am.
right. So a startup will do this. Okay. What else?
Ma'am, it's
To
basically
ans-
an idea on which we work from ground zero and build something.
Okay. Are you trying to say that you're working from ground zero means nothing like that was before and you're doing something new?
So, as in, it's just an idea, and it's not an established business. So, people who are startup founders, they have an idea and they find it, and they work upon it to make it an established business.
Okay.
there are few answers in chat box. So Anjav
Innovation.
Jain is saying innovation. Then Sandra is saying a newly established company or business. And Harsh is saying a bunch of people working on a product or service without the money, trying to get some. And Dhruv is saying startup means working on an idea and building it from scratch, from a small scale to big.
Okay. So tell me something. In and around you, have you noticed people doing a startup? Like in and around you, not in the news, not in the newspaper, not in such glorified words that you're all talking about. In and around you, do you see startups? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see entrepreneurs in and around you? No? Okay, I'll give you an example. What about Golgappe Wala? Is he or she an entrepreneur? Is that a startup? If somebody has started just new,
It's an startup,
लगाना शुरू किया
not
है.
entrepreneur.
What?
It's an startup, not an entrepreneur.
Okay. It's a startup, not an entrepreneurship, is what you're saying? How? Can you explain a little bit?
If he sells his Golgappa Pani Puri by branding and something like online on e-commerce, we can say that he's an entrepreneur.
Okay. And when does it become a startup? All right. We'll go ahead. So it's very interesting that we are currently in the time period where young students like you are already being exposed to these ideas of startup and innovation and ideas and executions. But business has always existed, right? Business. Entrepreneurship has always existed. In 2016, Startup India mission was constituted within our country, and there has been a push for supporting local businesses, new businesses, supporting ideas that have the ability to solve people's problems at a mass scale. And as you were saying, that how it is being different from the usual business or the traditional business is because number one, that it is trying to integrate technology in one way or the other. It could be in the process, it could be in the product, it could be in the services, but technology has become one of the very, very important aspects of doing business currently within the startup ecosystem. The other thing which distinguishes startup is, see, startup and entrepreneurship are all linked. Startup as a term, as somebody rightly said, means to start something, right? So imagine, all of you can imagine that you are standing on a cliff. You understand what a cliff is? कोई छोटा पहाड़ी, बड़ा पहाड़. Cliff is the edge of that pahad. ठीक है? You are standing there with parachute on your back. How does it feel? Just imagine. I'm not saying that you would have done it. How does that feel?
Students are saying free, thrill.
Free, thrill.
Scary.
Scary.
Anxious.
Anxious. But you have the parachute on your back. Are you going to jump or not? How many of you are going to jump? I see one hand. Oh, okay.
Arab sure jump 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, now let's say that you've decided that you will jump. What are you going to, what is in your mind? What all can happen? क्या सब हो सकता है?
Parachute does not open.
Okay.
We land safely.
We land safely. Wonderful. What else? हट सकता है parachute. So before you jump, do you prepare or not?
We do.
Yes, we will prepare.
You will prepare कि भाई अगर नहीं खुलेगा तो क्या करेंगे? What will be the plan B? फट जाएगा तो सिलेंगे कैसे? और अगर लैंडिंग जमीन पे नहीं हुई, somebody said to safely land, पर अगर सेफ्टी से लैंड नहीं किया तो उस केस में क्या होगा? So, being an entrepreneur in a startup feels like that. It feels like standing on a cliff with a parachute, with some skills for plan Bs, but facing your fear and jumping. So that is what a startup journey is like. I'm the first generation entrepreneur, and I've been doing my business since 4 years. And I feel that I'm standing on a cliff every day. And apart from the thrill, there is a lot of fear also, but it's worth it anyway. So one of the most important part when one has to understand that what a startup is, apart from the scientific term and the political gains that this term has gained, because interestingly, our current global system as well as our national government system is supporting the ease of doing business through startups. And but to become an entrepreneur of a startup requires a lot of skills and a lot of understanding of our own selves. So in the beginning, you said that one needs to have an idea. Somebody also said that it has to solve a problem. Somebody also said that one has to work from ground zero to create something and establish it also. So while we are doing all of this, as an entrepreneur, as a founder, what are some of the things that becomes very critical? What do you think those are?
As you face up and downs every single day, mindset becomes a critical aspect, I guess.
What about the mindset?
Resilience, persistence, being able to stay calm in the situation where you feel like, you are standing on a cliff every single day, as you mentioned.
या बट ये सब ज्ञान तो सब देते हैं कि क्लैरिटी होना चाहिए, विजन होना चाहिए, रेजिलियंस होना चाहिए, पेशेंस होना चाहिए, लॉन्ग टर्म विजन होना चाहिए, काम होना चाहिए, रश में भी काम होना चाहिए. सब तो ज्ञान सब दे रहे हैं. इंस्टाग्राम में एवरी अदर रील इज टेलिंग अस ऑल ऑफ दिस.
Yes.
How do you do it is the question. How many of you have started your business? Siddharth, can you share what are you doing?
So ma'am, basically I come from a small town, so I have closely seen the problems of the rural poor people. So basically they don't have access to doctors. So what we are doing is we are building a health service where we are providing online e-clinics, physical e-clinics, I would say, in the rural area to serve the underserved.
And how are they different from the CHCs?
CHC is a government.
This one is a private?
This is a private thing. And what happens in CHC is not located in every rural part. So for example, in my district also, there are like 3 to 4 CHCs. So basically in the sub-district part, there will be a one community health center. And on the very basic level, there will be PHCs, so which are the primary health centers. So we act as a primary health center covering a range of 10 to 15 kilometers, where people come to our clinic. The consultation is free and the lab rates are quite affordable. We have a paramedic over there, but the doctor is online. So we have treated till now, I guess, close to 4,000 patients, and now moving on the next stage to build the real thing. So basically our MVP was there for the past 2 years.
Which location are you based at?
Madhya Pradesh, ma'am.
Madhya Pradesh. Which area?
In this Gwalior part. In the northern Madhya Pradesh.
How long have you been doing this now?
Ma'am, actually, I am continuing my residential program here in Sonipat actually. So because of the time constraints, because I have to be constantly in the college and not, I can't be on the field full time. So I have not, scaled it or did it, but we have established a one MVP center and it has been like 2 years, I guess, 2.5 years.
So one MVP center you have done.
Yes.
Okay, that's the pilot that you have done.
Ma'am. No, nothing of our own. Like we like have the software outsourced.
Alam, what are you doing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, basically, I'm building a e-commerce marketplace for artisan goods. So I've already built MVVP, and then we are in the phase of pilot testing. So we are trying to raise fund for the pilot testing. Also, we have gathered 250 seller data who has interested to sell their own product with our platform.
Is it like iTopri?
Kind of, but we are a marketplace. It's like exactly Etsy. what are doing it's in global level. So we are exactly doing those things.
So all kinds of any kind of artwork
Of
for the
artisan
sale.
goods, exactly, handmade and artwork. Even though ki knitting and metal work, wooden work, painting, calligraphy, etc., and home decor products, so all kind of things. We have already built our website and seller data as well, and we are in the phase of doing a research with the customer persona to gather the information about the customer interest, what kind of problem customer face with the existing platform. So we are doing this kind of thing.
Wonderful. Anybody else who would like to share what they're
you, ma'am.
doing? Sham.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
Good
afternoon.
evening, ma'am. Sorry. मैम सो
Good evening.
बेसिकली मैम बेसिकली जैसे जब मेरा कॉलेज में हूँ मैं, तो वहाँ पे एक ही स्टेशनरी है, और जब भी किसी बच्चे को प्रिंट आउट करवाना होता है, तो जब मिड सेम और एंड सेम होते हैं तो बहुत भीड़ लग जाती है। तो अप्रोक्सीमेटली अगर हमें एक पन्ना भी चाहिए प्रिंट आउट के लिए, तो हमें 20 से 25 मिनट्स वहाँ पे वेट करना पड़ता है। सो आई हैव बिल्ड अ प्लेटफॉर्म थ्रू विच यू कैन ऑर्डर योर printouts remotely, and when your printouts get ready, you get a notification, so you have to just go and pick up your printouts. So I have built this and I am implementing this in my college.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
useful, है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Better than Blinkit?
मैम बेटर देन ब्लिंकिट हम ऐसे कह सकते हैं, लेट्स सपोज कि जब भी ब्लिंकिट हम करते हैं तो हमें तभी जाना पड़ता है भैया के पास, पर हमारे केस में क्या होता है कि कॉलेज में स्टेशनरी हमारी है, तो लेट्स सपोज अगर आप 1 PM पे ऑर्डर देते हो और 1:30 पे आपके पास नोटिफिकेशन आता है कि योर प्रिंट आउट्स आर रेडी फॉर पिकअप, तो आप 5 बजे भी जा सकते हो लेने। First of all, this is the first benefit. Second is the price benefit, because in case of rainy day, the price goes high in case of Blinkit, but in our case, the price remains constant throughout. So very less extra charge.
Wonderful. Anybody else who would like to share? Okay, so thank you for sharing this. And can you also, Siddharth, Alam, and Sham, can you also share a little bit about the problems that you have faced in terms of anything? It could be related to the product, the solution, or the marketing, or the price, anything. Very briefly, if you could share.
Okay, ma'am. Basically, I already doing my startup from 2023 after quitting my job, because I have done my MBA from Jamia Islamia, and then I started my job as a sales executive. But during my B2B sales, I see lots of opportunity in the B2B sector or small businesses. They need consulting, as like how Bain and Company and other consulting firm giving the Fortune 500 consulting services. Same like that, ki startup and small business need that kind of services for the small business. So that we are starting a market research and doing things alone in initial phase, researching about the consulting, how consulting work and things, doing research, data collection, surveys, this kind of thing. Then after doing the my research, basically, I found the opportunity in e-commerce, and then we started our building a e-commerce marketplace. And this point of time, we are basically facing a reach out to fundraising phase, because already we have developed our website, and also we have a seller, but we don't have amount basically or funds to pilot test our product. So our main problem is this point of time, funds.
Okay, if we make it a little more specific, that vis-a-vis your the platform is your product, right, or the services that you're giving. So vis-a-vis that, or vis-a-vis how artisans are signing up on your platform, or how buyers are signing in at your platform, what are some of the problems that you're facing?
No, basically we didn't create onboarded any seller. We have a data. We interact with the one-on-one with the all 215 seller from our team. and then we collect their basic information. Because due to lack of funds, we didn't buy cloud service to onboard them. So at this point of time, we have some AI generated images. So that image I placed on our product page on the website, and for the showcasing of the website, prototyping basically. When
All
we
right.
will
So
gain
what are
our
some of the
funds,
problems
yeah,
that you're facing?
no, exactly. This
There
point
is
of
no
time, we
problem.
didn't onboard a client or customer or seller, so we didn't face those kind of problem. Maybe
But currently,
when we
okay,
are
fine. But currently, any problem that you're facing as the idea, as the master of this idea?
no, not yet, because we have done
Not yet.
too much researches about it, and we have almost 10 team members. So Alhamdulillah, we are doing
Okay.
well. If we will get any problem, so we'll reach out to you on LinkedIn as well. If you'll put your LinkedIn ID on the comment, so we'll connect there. Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right. Siddharth, in setting up that one clinic of yours, what are some of your learnings? What are the things that did not work?
All right, ma'am. So, like, there are many, but to list out a few specifics,
Yeah.
I would say we didn't do marketing at first. So, I would say that was the one. Because, as you know, we were more focused on building the service. So, the mindset of, acquiring the users didn't came to me at first. So that, kind of delayed the incoming of the users. Apart from it, some strategies like we used to charge 50 rupees first, and then we used to discount it on the medical, right? So we weren't charging anything. But if you look from the perspective of a rural person who might be illiterate also, so like illiteracy in rural is also high, and they do not understand such schemes as of now practically, right? So what used to happen is they used to think that we are charging 50 rupees as a consultation fees. So although we are not getting the monetary benefit from it, but mindset wise, so we changed it later on. So there are many such instances and insights on what to build next and how to move
Wonderful.
forward.
Yeah. So this was a real problem because when we are building, we are a small team, and the focus is again the chicken egg story. पहले service अच्छा करें या पहले customer लेकर आए, है ना?
I agree, totally agree.
How do we validate our service? If our service is not good, then how do we reach out to the customer? So very, very real problem in a business. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And Sham, maybe if you can, आपने जब ये शुरू किया सर्विस अपने कॉलेज में, तो क्या दिक्कत आई? सबने immediately services लेने शुरू
No,
कर दिए?
ma'am. No, ma'am. So I have to publicize a lot in the classes, and even though only first year student, because they do not know about the previous software that ma'am uses for printout, so they only first year student migrate to my platform, and जो second third year के थे वो अभी भी Gmail ही use करते for sending the docs. So अभी मतलब just 2 months हुए अभी start करे, तो इसलिए अभी 230 users हुए मेरे database में. एंड जो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम जो मुझे फेस लगी जो मैंने की कि दैट इज टू डिजाइन अ वेबसाइट की किस तरीके से पूरा फ्लो होगा, कैसे यूजर इंटरेक्ट करेगा. सो इट शुड बी वेरी क्रिस्टल क्लियर, अदरवाइज बिकॉज यूजर इज वेरी मतलब बेवकूफ कह सकते हैं कि उसको बिल्कुल भी इस्तेमाल. यस, सो
user is
वी हैव
impatient.
yes, so we have to create things in such a way that the user can do its task instantly.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So, if I can distill down what you are all saying, and from my own experience also, that it becomes very, very important to understand that whatever business we are choosing to do, we are talking in the context of doing business, doing a sustainable business, of converting the idea either into the product or the service, so that there is a solution, and that solution is such that there are people willing to pay for that product or service. Do you agree? That's what a business
ma'am.
is, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we have a product and a service, and there is a payable customer. That's how we do the business, right? Now, as an entrepreneur or as a startup owner, what is something very critical when we talk about the startup mindset? It is very, very critical to pinpoint and list down all the assumptions in your business. Any business is a sum of multiple functions. Do we all agree on that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So there will be operations, there will be, so operations is part of production, जैसे tech platform को दुरुस्त करना है ना? ये भी इसमें integrate करना है, वो भी करना है, ठीक है? So that is one part. What are the others? Marketing becomes another very, very important part. भाई आप कुछ बना रहे हैं तो उसका uptake होना चाहिए ना? So that is another part. The third part, somebody said funding. पैसा नहीं आएगा तो एक क्लिनिक से 10 क्लिनिक में कैसे जाएंगे? Where will that fund come from? How long we are going to do the pilot phase? है ना? So any business is a sum of multiple functions. ठीक है? Now, within all those functions, there are impact levers. Now, what are impact levers? कि business जिस भी स्टेज पे होती है, उस स्टेज पे उस बिजनेस को कुछ ना कुछ बहुत ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट कर रहा होता है और कुछ चीजें मीडियम इम्पैक्ट कर रही होती हैं और कुछ चीजें लो इम्पैक्ट कर रही होती हैं. As a startup entrepreneur, it is very important to list down all the levers in your business, all the assumptions that are, that you can see in each of the business levers, and then mark whether or not it is high impact or medium impact or low impact. Now, once you have done this, then you can actually, what happens? You are able to take decisions based on how things are looking up or down for you. So currently, when I was thinking of this session, I was thinking कि मैं ऐसा क्या बताऊं जो आप लोगों ने सुनी नहीं है या आप लोगों ने देखी नहीं है. सब तो इतनी बात कर रहे हैं स्टार्टअप के बारे में, सब तो इतनी बात कर रहे हैं कि हाँ भाई बिजनेस क्रिएट करना है, जॉब्स क्रिएट करना है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट क्रिएट करना है, ठीक है. सारे कैंपेन्स में भी सुनाई दे रहा है भाई 9 लाख जॉब क्रिएट हो गया. And very interestingly, the startup ecosystem in our country is the third globally. US and China, first and second number पे. We have contributed, the startup ecosystem has contributed 4% to our GDP through VCs and fundings, etc. So currently we are in a very interesting phase of in terms of the climate of business in our country, globally also and nationally also. But the point is कि हो क्या रहा है? 20% businesses fail actually within the first 2 years. अब सब कहेंगे यार रेजिलियंस नहीं था, लॉन्ग टर्म नहीं सोचा, विजन नहीं था, क्लैरिटी नहीं था, ठीक है. ये सब बोलना है, लेकिन ये क्लैरिटी आएगी कैसे? दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, ठीक है. तो वो क्लैरिटी कैसे आएगी, उसके कुछ टिप्स आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर विद यू. It is very important when we are doing the business, and also even when we are thinking of doing a business, while we are doing the business and while we are scaling up the business, or even when we are shutting down the business. Okay, so सबसे पहला important part ये है कि हम जो भी business कर रहे हैं उसके जितने भी functions हैं, जितने भी levers हैं business के, उसको आप note down कर लीजिए. We are all educated people. Most of you are BTech engineers. Each one of us knows how to use an Excel sheet. Nothing good than an Excel sheet. आप एक Excel sheet खोलिए, उसमें आप अपने business के सारे functions लिखिए. हर एक function के against में आप assumptions को list down कीजिए जो आपको इस टाइम पे दिख रहे हैं, और उन assumptions को validate करने के parameters को define कीजिए. Once you have defined these parameters, you monitor and track it in a specific time period, quarterly, half yearly, and then accordingly, you make the right decisions. So this is very important. See, why a startup or why what Siddharth is doing, Alam is doing, Sham is doing, these are all very interesting ideas, different ideas, a little bit different. But I can assure you कि ऐसा नहीं कि आपके पहले किसी ने नहीं किया है. कोई भी बिजनेस आप उठा के देख लीजिए, आप कुछ भी बहुत नया नहीं कर रहे होंगे, कुछ ना कुछ आपका उसमें पहले से ही चल रहा होगा. ठीक है. नेवरदलेस इंपॉर्टेंट ये होता है कि आप प्रोसेस में कैसे इनोवेशन लाते हो, आप जो भी उसमें प्रॉब्लम या गैप है उसको आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करते हो. और वो ऐसे ही होगा कि वंस यू हैव लिस्टेड डाउन ऑल द assumptions एंड देन यू आर वैलिडेटिंग इट. हम बैठ के ऐसे सोच सकते हैं कि यार ये जो है चाय सुट्टा बार, इफ यू गाइज नो द स्टोरी, a very young guy who started the chain of this चाय सुट्टा बार. तो उनकी जर्नी आप अगर सुनेंगे पढ़ेंगे तो बड़ा मजेदार है, खेल खेल में ही कर लिया. ठीक है. बट द पॉइंट इज दैट हाउ दिस बिजनेस scales up and then goes down. What happens? So let's not make that known mistake. We should all make mistakes, but we should make new mistakes. So आप के लिए ये बहुत बहुत important है as a startup entrepreneur that to build clarity on your business, you create a very, very detailed Excel sheet in which you map all the functions and all the assumptions, and then you also validate it through defining the parameters. Then you take your key decisions and then get it reflected into the action for your business. Okay. So I'll share my screen with you and I'll show you this Excel sheet. I have done the case, one case analysis to give you a feeler of how it works. And maybe for all your businesses or all your ideas, even if you haven't started, but there is an idea, aap ye kariye. And maybe before the next session, you can share it with me so that I can go through it. And then we can have a detailed discussion on some of those assumption analysis matrix. Does it sound okay? You know, as an entrepreneur, it is also very important to respond. Yeah, okay. I'll share my screen, okay? Is it visible, the screen?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, let's wait for a...
Yes, now it
is.
is.
It visible now?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at this sheet, again, on the left side, the category, these are various functions within the business. We have done this for the vermicompost business. So let's say we are talking about market demand. So one of our assumption is that farmers are willing to shift from chemical fertilizers to organic inputs, and vermicompost is one of the inputs. All right. So now this is my assumption. Now, how am I going to validate this? First, I have to define the parameter. So the parameter here that we have taken is that percentage of farmers who are already using organic inputs and what are the awareness levels. Like Sham shared, no, that awareness nahi tha. तो आपने ये आइडेंटिफाई किया पैरामीटर कि अवेयरनेस नहीं है, तो आप ऐसे नहीं हवा में नहीं करेंगे. इसके मेथड्स होते हैं वेरीफाई करने के. वैलिडेशन का मतलब है कि हम वेरीफाई करते हैं फैक्चुअल डेटा को, है ना. So you do interviews, you go and talk to people, discuss, है ना? And then you make a decision that, all right, I have to now invest in the awareness campaign so that people will start using my platform for printout. Yeah. Similarly,
ma'am.
for pricing and revenue, then for your production and operations, then for your competition, and also the policy and regulations, because currently we are also surrounded with very, very supportive policy ecosystem of the government at each level. State government level पे भी है, national government level पे भी है, global level पे भी है, institutions के भी part पे है, ठीक है, NASSCOM Foundation जैसी agencies के through भी है. So it's very, very important also to map those things for your own businesses. Now, so I will share this Excel sheet with you, and maybe you can do this analysis for your own business. It will be helpful for you, and it will also help us build on this discussion that we are having today. All right. So these are some of the things that I had to share. Now, if you have any questions, we can take that.
मैम कैटेगरीज में और स्पेसिफिक जाना बेटर है या फिर द काइंड ऑफ द ब्रॉड जो आपने कैटेगरीज बिल्ड आउट किए हैं उतने ब्रॉड पे इट्स बेटर, और इज इट कि क्योंकि उसमें भी और स्पेसिफिक जा सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल नहीं, दिस इज जस्ट अ गाइडिंग शीट. आप इसको जितना तोड़ेंगे, जितने आप और एलिमेंट्स को देखेंगे, ऐड करेंगे, उतना बेटर होता है. And but also broad is because it has to give you a broader picture, so it's fine, but go deeper as much as you can. You can break down the categories as much as you can. Yeah.
और मैम प्रैक्टिकली सारे फंक्शंस इंपॉर्टेंट लगते हैं, सो हाउ डू यू नो से कि इसका इम्पैक्ट ज्यादा है?
You can. Yeah.
Yes मैम.
देखो, for example, imagine going on a trip. So you are in a car and the car breaks down midway. फिर क्या होगा? क्या करोगे आप? And you are on the driving seat. What will you do?
I'll try to fix it, or I'll see what's the problem.
So what could be the problems?
Tire might be a problem, engine might be a problem, different aspect of car.
Fuel खत्म हो सकती है.
हाँ, maybe the fuel.
सड़कें टूटी हो सकती हैं, बाढ़ आ गया हो सकता है.
हाँ.
है ना? So then what do you do?
Ma'am, find the problem.
When you started, it was all fine. On the way you found these things. What do you do now?
Fix it.
You fix it, right? So essentially, चाहे problem आप देखिए, and you fix according to the priority, है ना? अगर तेल नहीं है गाड़ी में, फ्यूल नहीं है, पहले तो फ्यूल डालोगे ना, फिर टायर का पंक्चर चेंज करोगे ना. So you prioritize, right? So what I'm trying to say is that, as I told you, business is a sum of all the functions. We must always understand this. कि marketing नहीं होगा तो product का कोई value नहीं है, और product नहीं होगा तो फिर marketing किस चीज की करोगे आप? ठीक है. तो functions are important नहीं है. पैसा आएगा, revenue आएगा, लेकिन revenue आने के पहले पैसा लगेगा.
Yes,
है ना? वो कहाँ से आएगा? कौन लगाएगा? कैसे लगेगा? ठीक है. टीम बड़ा नहीं कर सकते हैं अभी, बिना टीम के काम अभी हो नहीं सकता है. कैसे करेंगे? ठीक है. There are so many dilemmas, there are so many challenges that one faces when we start the business. ठीक है. It's not that कि आप सारे problem एक साथ solve कर लोगे. But therefore this sheet becomes important कि आप अपने high impact levers को identify कर पाते हो. क्या चीज अभी जरूरी है business के लिए, उसको grow करने के लिए, या उसके acceptability के लिए, है ना? वो जब आपके सामने लिखी हुई होंगी ना, विथ वैलिडेशन, नॉट जस्ट विथ योर एजम्पशन, एज आई टोल्ड यू, एजम्पशन हम बहुत कुछ करते हैं। अभी जैसे मैं ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग में काम करती हूँ, मैं भी एज्यूम करती हूँ कि लाल किले पे चढ़ के मोदी जी हर बार भाषण दे रहे हैं नेचुरल फार्मिंग, जीरो बजट फार्मिंग का, भाई हमारा प्रोडक्ट तो बिकना ही बिकना है, ठीक है। तो इस एजम्पशन से मैं 4 साल हो गए हैं और फार्मर अपटेक कभी भी नहीं बढ़ा है उस तरीके से जितना हम इमेजिन कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो ये एजम्पशन है, क्योंकि खेती बाड़ी में ऑर्गेनिक इनपुट डालते ही वो अनप्रॉफिटेबल हो जाता है फार्मर्स के लिए।
Yes, ma'am, that's true. Monetary
इस
उनके लिए important
हाँ,
है.
इस क्या
Monetary उनके लिए बहुत important है because income levels very low है.
अगेन कस्टमर, द पेबल कस्टमर, क्या वो सोल्यूशन के लिए पैसा देना चाहता है, और अगर देना चाहता है तो कितना देना चाहता है, कहां तक देना चाहता है, ठीक है। So that becomes important. So once you have listed down these assumptions and then you have taken an effort to validate it through factual data, real interviews, real field insights, ठीक है, then you make the decision. That is what I'm trying to say, and it is very important for each of the function. देखो, अगर पैसा ही नहीं होगा तो आप प्रोडक्ट नहीं बना पाओगे, प्रोडक्ट ही नहीं बनेगा तो आप मार्केट जा नहीं पाओगे, मार्केट जाओगे ही नहीं तो कस्टमर एक्विजिशन कैसे होगा, कस्टमर ने पहली बार यूज नहीं किया तो रिपीट कैसे करेगा यूज। So these are some of the ways in which one has to think, is what I'm trying to say. And you also have to understand that as a startup, see, वही मैं बोल रही हूँ, when we are talking about startups, we are different from the traditional business. Do you agree or not? Do you think startups are different from the traditional business?
Yes, ma'am.
How are they different?
So basically, when we talk about difference between startup and traditional business, the very major difference that we find is we are building and they're already in, they already completed their development phase. The product is in the market, but ours not. They can take risk where we can't. So these are very major points where we say there's a difference between traditional and startup. And when we talk about like product, on the basis of like product differences, they have marketing team, they have analytics team, they have all their functions already set up so that they can have a market analysis and what the major aspects that we require when we talk about like getting into the market or launching a new product into the market. They already have those teams to verify it. So they have to spend very less amount of time. They have parallel processing to do stuff. We do not. We have very limited resources. We have very limited team to function and get to that stage where they are. So what major points that should be covered when we talk about startups? It's like he
Go on,
does
others.
at what cost? And if hello.
Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Sorry. So yes, so if if we talk about traditional, we have a lot, they have a lot of products. Since we do not, we are focusing on one product, they are focused on multiple of products. Let's talk about Ola, Uber, or other site Google. They're not only focused to multiple products. So yes, that goes when we talk about startups to get into the market.
See, all the traditional businesses that we see around us were also startups at some point in time.
Yeah, but at that
Right.
particular point
So
of
आप
time,
जो ये कह
they,
रहे हैं कि everything is established, they have teams, they have multiple products.
hello.
It has taken them a lot of time, effort to come to that
Yes,
level.
ma'am.
आप कोई भी कहानी पढ़ लीजिए, आप रिलायंस की कहानी पढ़ लीजिए, आप
उन सबको
for that
सेटअप करने
matter,
में बहुत
Amazon
टाइम
की
लगा
पढ़
था।
लीजिए, yeah.
उन सबको
Whatever
करने में
comes
भी
to your
बहुत
mind.
समय लगा था।
हाँ, समय लगा था। तो मेरा ये क्वेश्चन नहीं था, व्हाट आई वाज ट्राइंग टू से इज कि ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस करने का तरीका और स्टार्टअप माइंडसेट में क्या डिफरेंस है। एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप वो भी है, एक जो गोलगप्पे वाला है वो भी एंटरप्रेन्योर है, एक जो ओला उबर वाला है जो अपनी गाड़ी खुद चला रहा है वो भी एंटरप्रेन्योर है, ठीक है। और मैं भी एंटरप्रेन्योर हूँ, आप लोग भी एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं, ठीक है। और ये जो जोमेटो और ओला, ओयो, एयरबीएनबी, ये सारे ज़ोस्टल, ये सब भी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं, ठीक है। बट व्हेन वी आर ट्राइंग टू डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस एंड बिजनेस जिसको हम स्टार्टअप कहते हैं, ठीक है, उसमें क्या माइंडसेट का डिफरेंस है। The number one difference is that we are willing to experiment. We are not afraid of doing experiments. And it is very, very critical in the business that we are open to doing experiments, innovations, new ways of doing things. The product might not be something novel, but the process could be. टैक्सी हमेशा से लेते थे लोग, बट किस तरह से अब लेने लग गए, दैट इज इनोवेटिव। सो ये डिलीवरी ऑफ फूड, पिज्जा डिलीवरी डोमिनोज का बहुत पहले से होता था, बट व्हाट हैज जोमेटो एंड स्विगी डन टू दैट इकोसिस्टम, दैट इज इनोवेटिव, ठीक है। एंड दैट हैज हैपेंड। अगर आप जोमेटो की भी कहानी पढ़ेंगे, जोमेटो हैज बिकम प्रॉफिटेबल नाउ इन द पास्ट ईयर, बट अगर आप उसकी भी कहानी पढ़ेंगे अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम्स एंड चैलेंजेस, यू विल सी दैट so many times they have faced the flag. So many times they tried to launch something new, it really failed. So many times they had to, they had a on the security, all the data got leaked, the customers got impacted, there was a credibility issue. So ठीक है, what I'm trying to say is that there will be challenges, there are problems. The thing is that how quickly we are able to iterate with those problems, that is what a startup mindset is. We don't wait and watch. We quickly adapt, we quickly iterate, we quickly experiment. And that clarity will come only when you have this working in the background, this assumption, validation, then corrective action. That matrix must be in your forefront all the time. Discuss it with your teams, have monthly conversations, quarterly monitorings of what you are doing, how you are doing, what are certain things that you want to try, what are certain things that you have tried and then you have decided that it is not working. So you define the parameters so clearly that it tells you कि ये जो मैंने ये 3 महीने किया, ये 4 महीने किया, ये सक्सेस है या फेलियर है, और अब मुझे क्या करना है, how do I iterate, how do I experiment with this. वो clarity becomes very, very important. We cling on to our ideas, which is not bad. We are all passionate people. That's why we are in the business ecosystem. हम कुछ तो अलग सोच रहे हैं, है ना। इसीलिए हम अब जैसे कहते हैं, अभी कोई भी कह देगा कि रिस्क लेना बहुत जरूरी है एंटरप्रेन्योर के लिए, या ऑफ कोर्स दैट्स अ कवर स्टेटमेंट कि रिस्क लेना जरूरी है, पर रिस्क लेने का मतलब क्या है, व्हाट डज दैट रियली मीन, how do you calculate your risk, how do you mitigate your risk, how do you create plan B's for your risk, that is important. And that is the clarity that we have to have as a startup entrepreneur. That is something that will help us. So build your business through this matrix. You just note down all the hypotheses, you note down everything that is available in terms of real data, factual data. जो available नहीं है उसके लिए खुद जाइए, information लेकर आइए, लोगों से मिलके आइए, ठीक है, and then you have the real parameters in your hand. Okay, yeah. Any other question? Yes, Karthik.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, my name is Karthik, and I am going to the very boring business in the manufacturing processes. I am going to manufacture a product, disposable plates from Parali and rice straw. Ma'am, my main issue is as in your Excel sheet, आपने बोला कि हमें सर्विस करनी चाहिए, चेक करना चाहिए कि हम जो प्रोडक्ट बना भी रहे हैं एज ए मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में हूँ, तो मेरे लिए मेन चीज है कि मेरा जो प्रोडक्ट है वो बिके। अगर वो बिकेगा ही नहीं तो मेरे लिए बनाने का कोई फायदा नहीं है उसको। तो मैंने जैसे मार्केट सर्विस किए, काफी लोगों के पास में गया, पूछा, तो मैम मुझे लगता है कि वो उस टाइम हाँ बोल देते हैं कि हाँ ऑफ कोर्स हम लेंगे, एक अच्छा है, नहीं क्यों नहीं लेंगे। बट अंदर ही अंदर मुझे भी ये पता है कि एक प्राइस फैक्टर बहुत बड़ी चीज होती है कि एक स्मॉल वेंडर कोई चीज अगर 1 से 2 पीस में खरीद रहा है तो वो उसके 2.5 भी नहीं देगा मेरी प्लेक्स को, अगर वो इन्वायरमेंट को फायदा कर रही है, ना कि उनको। तो मैम मेरा मेन डाउट है कि हमें कैसे वैलिडेट करना चाहिए कि कितने % यूजर जो बोल रहे हैं वो सच होंगे, मतलब कितना दिखना चाहिए हमें उस एक्सेल शीट में, क्योंकि सारे नहीं मारेंगे ना, वो बोलते हैं हाँ हम आ जाएंगे, बट एक्चुअल में बहुत कम होते हैं जो एक्चुअल में इस चीज को इवेल्युएट कर पाते हैं। एंड सेम गोस मैम फार्मर्स की। मैम इंडियन अगर एक मेंटालिटी है कि सब लोग ना बहुत कंफर्ट जोन में है। मैंने काफी फार्मर से बात करी, उनका कहना है कि हम आपको बेच देंगे, बट वहीं कुछ सीनियर लोगों से मेरी जब बातचीत करी, उन्होंने बोला कि ये एक बहुत आलस भरा काम है उनके लिए कि उसे पहले पराली को कट करना, फिर उसे बाइंड करना, फिर आपको आके बेचना। ये हमारे लिए बहुत इजी है, सिंपल उसको डाल के जला देना। इवन आई एम पेइंग फॉर इट and I am paying a good amount for it. Still, they don't want to do this because
Then
of
you
their
have to understand
comfort zone.
why they are not doing it. उनका कोई और यूज में आता है।
No, ma'am. Actually, it is very easier for them to just burn it.
Easier.
Until they have some उन पे कोई वो लग जाता है फाइन फॉर इट, तब तो वो करते हैं, नहीं तो वो they just burn it.
Yeah, yeah.
तो हमें कैसे validate?
Yeah, very good question actually. ये बहुत real problem है कि हमारे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ था that when we were going to, so we deal with vermicompost. वर्मी में हम जब नर्सरीज में गए, इनिशियल जब हम मार्केट सर्वे कर रहे थे, everybody said that yeah, very good, very nice, bring, we will sell. बट जब हम लेके गए तो पता चला कि 4 कंपटीशन है, प्राइस पॉइंट मैच नहीं कर रहा है, पैकेजिंग अच्छी नहीं लग रही है, कोई ना कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है जो आपको वो फेस पे नहीं बताते हैं। तो वैलिडेशन का मतलब ये नहीं है कि सर्वे कर लिया, जो बोला मान लिया, आ गए। डीपर जाना पड़ेगा, 1 बार नहीं, 2 बार नहीं, 5 बार जाना पड़ेगा, है ना। उनके अलावा और 4 लोगों से भी बात करनी पड़ेगी, समझना पड़ेगा दिक्कत क्या हो रही है। मुझे भी यही लगा था, गांव में तो गोबर मिल जाएगा, कितना आसान है, हर घर में 4 गायें हैं, ठीक है। गोबर मिलती नहीं है क्योंकि गोबर उनके खुद काम आती है, उपले बनाते हैं, ठंड के लिए रखते हैं, बाकी खेत में यूज करते हैं। एक्चुअली गोबर है ही नहीं, हमें लग रहा है गोबर इज अ प्रॉब्लम, माय अजम्पशन, ठीक है। और मेरा अजम्पशन है, और मैं जिस मौसम में गई उस समय मुझे गोबर के बहुत सारे ढेर दिखे, मुझे लगा गोबर बहुत एक्सेस में है, ठीक है। दूसरे मौसम में गई, गोबर कहीं मिला ही नहीं, सीजनैलिटी है गोबर का भी, ठीक है। assumption अगेन, राइट। तो वो assumption वैलिडेट होने में 1 साल भी लग गया, ऐसा होता है, सीजनल है ना बहुत सारा चीज, ठीक है। तो one has to be open for that. Nevertheless, assumption भी हवा में नहीं होता है, stubble burning is a problem, right? तो मेरा ये देखिए बहुत क्लियर कट मेरे पास इसका कोई, इट इज ऑल एक्सपेरिमेंट एज आई वाज टेलिंग यू, इट इज ऑल अबाउट हिट एंड ट्रायल्स, इट इज ऑल अबाउट लर्निंग एवरी डे, ठीक है। इंपॉर्टेंट ये है कि आपका प्रोसेस स्ट्रांग हो, ठीक है, और आप एजम्पशन पे एक्शन ना लें, जब तक आपका एजम्पशन वैलिडेट नहीं हो जाता है, और वैलिडेशन के लिए जो भी मेथड्स हैं, ट्रायंगुलेशन है ना, मल्टीपल आइटरेशंस हैं, वो आप करिए, एंड उसके बाद ही you will be able to take certain decisions. Maybe you will decide that this geography is not supporting the procurement of your raw material, like that. But I know a company called Kudrat, जो कि यही काम कर रही है. हाँ.
Yes, ma'am, they are doing it. Same
Oh,
work.
you're aware of it. Yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
they
They
are
are
now
going in south.
Yeah.
They are going in south only, and they are not going in the retail market. And
No.
their price is of 6 to 7 approx.
They are exporting most of it. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. They are not in the Indian retail market.
Yeah. But they also got onboarded on Blinkit and things like that.
Yes,
So it
ma'am.
is
They are
taking
on
them some
Amazon.
time. तो ये है. So your question was very important कि भाई हम validate करें कैसे? What do we believe in? What do we not believe in? तो उसके जो processes हैं, जो tools हैं, वो आप follow करिए. There are no shortcuts to it, and every day is a new learning. इसीलिए quarterly करना है इसको review, so that you know कि ये भी assumption ही था probably, है ना?
And the main issue is कि मैं इसके सैंपल बना के चेक भी नहीं कर सकता, because the machine are so costly कि मैं एक बार पहले बना के चेक कर लूं, नहीं वो कोई बात नहीं, बंद कर दूंगा. It is not that easy, because the machine costs more than 30 to 40 lakhs. So it's not easy. And when I asked for the different companies to make some prototype or some samples, they refused it on my face openly कि no, हमारे मोल्स को इश्यू हो जाएगा, हमारी कैविटीज खराब हो जाएंगी. So what can I do in this situation?
Let me put it. As I was telling you, no short answers to these. Find out a way in which you can maybe rent out, I don't know, maybe you can rent out a premise, or you collaborate with some existing players, go visit them, figure out what they are doing, how they are doing it. I think MSME mein there are provisions for machines, and maybe Akhilesh will be able to help you map with those. There is in Delhi there is I'll let you know the name of the agency, but they support these machineries quite a bit. Yeah, and they give you good funding support for that. So Akhilesh, maybe you can map him with those government schemes and government departments who do this. Also,
Sure, ma'am,
NABARD
sure.
has some funds. Yeah, NABARD has some funds to support you with the machines. There are some CSRs also who are very, very willing to fund the machines. So you will have to look for some alternative solution to this. अब जो machine 40 लाख की आएगी वो 40 लाख की आएगी, ठीक है? तो गवर्नमेंट दे रही है सपोर्ट, आपको गवर्नमेंट के चक्कर तो लगाने पड़ेंगे. ऐसा नहीं कि घर बैठ के आपको मिल जाएगा. 6 महीने 1 साल भी लग सकता है वो सपोर्ट आने में. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है, प्रोविजन नहीं है. करिए मेहनत, जाइए डिपार्टमेंट जाइए, मिलिए, उठिए, बैठिए, सारा स्कीम पढ़ के जाइए, बताइए अधिकारियों को कि भाई ये हमारा राइट है, आपको देना पड़ेगा. तो ये सब करिए, उसके बाद ही हो पाएगा. यही तो है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में, मतलब स्टार्टअप एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में. You have to do these things.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
Aryan.
Hi, ma'am. Very good evening.
Very good evening. Tell me.
मैम थैंक यू सो मच फॉर फैसिलिटेटिंग अस. मैम मेरे को ना ये बोलना था कि अभी आपने जैसे कार्तिक को बताया ना कि हमें बोलना पड़ेगा. मैम मैंने ना अपने एक्सपीरियंस पे बता रहा हूँ, मैंने ट्राई करा था दैट मैं उनको शो करा था कि आपकी ड्यूटी ये है तो डू दैट. तो मैम वो ना उनका ईगो हर्ट हो जाता है और फिर हम उनके बैड बुक्स में आ जाते हैं. तो मैम इसको कैसे फेस करें? मैं ना उनके पास गया, मैं एमसीडी के पास गया था, मतलब देयर वाज सम लाइक मैं कुछ सर्वे काइंड ऑफ कर रहा था, तो आई नीड देम। तो रजौरी गार्डन साइड में गया, तो मैं बोल रहा सर आप बता सकते हो ऐसा करके, ये है वो, सर दिस इज सोशल, आपका काम ये है आप। तो ना उनका थोड़ा ईगो हर्ट हो गया मैम, वो कह रहे हैं मेरे को मेरा काम सिखाएगा तो आई फेस दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स। तो मैम इसको थोड़ा आप मेरे को बताओगे? पोलाइटली तो जाता हूँ मैं, पर स्मार्टली कैसे जाऊँ कि वो बता ही दे।
ओके, देखो, with all the passion that we have, it's very, very important to learn the art of listening, learn the art of networking, learn the art of dealing with the government departments. ये तो मैंने सीखा है, ठीक है, कि ये आपको करना, because see the thing is that you're all students, very bright students, है ना, with right values, with fire in your belly कि कुछ करना है, कुछ अच्छा करना है, मुझे ये सपोर्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम इतना अच्छा सोच रहे हैं. The thing is, my dear friends, that we are in a world where government departments are dysfunctional, जहां पे लोगों को उनकी ड्यूटी निभाना भी काम लगता है, ठीक है, let's face it. But nevertheless we have to learn that art. ऐसा नहीं है कि बाकी लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं. अगर नहीं कर रहे होते तो रिलायंस और अडानी कैसे इतनी अच्छी लाइजनिंग कर पा रही है आज के करंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट में? Of course they are doing a lot of licensing with the government so that they get all kinds of taxes and exemptions, or electricity, or land, or market, things like that. तो वो लाइजनिंग तो इम्पोर्टेंट है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि लाइजनिंग का मतलब है कि आप जाके घूस देना शुरू कर दीजिए एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. ऑफ कोर्स नॉट दैट, बट इट इज वेरी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू नो that how do you meet with people, how do you network with people. And इसका ये भी मतलब नहीं, इसका बिल्कुल भी ये मतलब नहीं है कि आप उनको उनका ड्यूटी याद दिलाइए, आप फेस में रब करेंगे तो वो रिएक्ट ही करेगा ना, डिफेंड करेगा. कोई अटैक करेगा तो पहला रिस्पॉन्स क्या होता है ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी में? कोई आपको अटैक करेगा तो सबसे पहले आप खुद को बचाते हैं ना, इसको डिफेंस कहते हैं.
यस मैम.
Somebody slaps you, you hold the hand, then you slap, then you counter attack. So what I am trying to say is that किसी भी business में relationships are very important. और रिलेशनशिप हमको इसी दुनिया में बनाना है, इन्हीं सरकारी अधिकारियों के साथ बनाना है, इसी माहौल में बनाना है. सिस्टम बदलने का तो वेट नहीं करेंगे ना, वो तो पॉसिबल नहीं है ना. तो जो भी ये सिस्टम और व्यवस्था है, उसमें जो भी लोग बैठे हुए हैं, उनके साथ हम रिलेशनशिप कैसे बिल्ड करें और अपने किन मोरालिटीज के साथ बिल्ड करें, ये हमें चूज करना पड़ेगा, है ना. इसमें कुछ रिलेशनशिप्स बनेंगी, कुछ रिलेशनशिप्स नहीं बनेंगी. जो नहीं बनेंगी उनको जाने भी देना है, लेकिन जो बन सकती हैं उन पे फोकस करना है. दैट इज योर डिसीजन टू टेक, ठीक है. बट जिस एनवायरनमेंट में हम काम करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, उसमें वी हैव टू ट्राई टू क्रिएट दैट लिंकेज. भाई प्रेजेंस रजिस्टर करवाइए, बताइए कि भाई हम ये काम कर रहे हैं, उनको अपना कैलेंडर, ब्रोशर, कार्ड देकर आइए. थोड़े थोड़े दिन में उनको कुछ, ये लोग कहते हैं फॉरवर्ड्स और ये सब बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. फॉरवर्ड से भी लोगों का नाम तो नजर आ जाता है ना. वेरी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ कीपिंग द रिलेशनशिप्स ऑन. And business is all about relationships. Business actually is not money, not funds, not technology, not innovation. Business is relationship. So and it is a very, very critical learning that I have also had in my own journey. So identify if you can do it. If you can't do it, bring a co-founder with you who can do it. But very, very important to build those relationships. ठीक है, आप का जो भी सरकारी अधिकारी है एमसीडी का और सर्वे, उनको काम मत सिखाइए, उनके साथ बैठ के चाय पीजिए. So that is the thing that you have to do. That is what I have learned. Yeah. Any other?
Ma'am, in which region do you operate?
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit about my own company. So the name of my company is Kikaboni Living Private Limited, and we are based out of Faridabad in Delhi NCR. And we are into providing organic input solutions. So we started by manufacturing vermicompost as one of the inputs to organic farming. But now we have diversified our products into, so we also supply neem khali, bone meal, super vermicompost, cow manure, organic DAP. So these are this is our product portfolio. But apart from that, we also do farmer awareness trainings on organic farming, natural farming. Plus, we also install and operate organic waste composting machines with institutions who are bulk generators of organic waste. And we are also working in the area of urban gardening, rooftop, terrace gardens, people who own farmlands and they want to do agroforestry, or they want to do some, say, chandan plantation for commercial, commercial farming through organic methods. So we take up those projects also. So these are some of the things that we are doing currently.
Ma'am, it is kind of a D2C. So you have, you
We have
supply.
a mixed model. We have a mixed model right now. So a part of our products are supplied in bulk. We are definitely focusing on that because again, going into retail has its own challenges. But locally, we are also retailing.
And you reside in the core Faridabad.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Very conscious decision that we will do it locally first. So another 2 minutes and we can take one last question. Anyone? I haven't heard any girl's voice. Are there no women in this group? Bhumi.
Yes, ma'am.
बताइए आप भी कुछ.
Ma'am, basically it's just an idea till now. We haven't started working on it, but we are planning to make an app which is going to take care of all the events that we plan, because planning an event is very hectic for everybody. So we'll connect the small scale people who can decorate our houses or like everything. तो हम क्या करेंगे, जैसे हम पहले बजट जानेंगे आपसे कि आपको कितना बजट स्पेंड करना है. अगर आप बहुत अच्छे हाई लेवल बजट आप स्पेंड करना चाहते हो अपनी शादी पे या किसी भी इवेंट पे, तो हम आपको डायरेक्टली इवेंट प्लानर से कांटेक्ट करवाएंगे. और अगर आप इट्स लाइक कि अगर आप कम बजट स्पेंड करना चाहते हो एंड यू कांट अफोर्ड अ इवेंट प्लानर, तो हम आपको डिफरेंट लाइक जैसे केटरर हो गया, डेकोरेटर हो गया, या फिर ऐसे डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट जो आपको चाहिए होंगे उनसे आपको कांटेक्ट कराएंगे. सो इट इज एंड टू एंड कनेक्शन बिटवीन द स्मॉल स्केल एंड द पीपल, मिडिल क्लास पीपल. एंड ऑल्सो हम जैसे अगर आप अपने घर में कोई बर्थडे पार्टी या फिर कुछ कर रहे हो तो आप यू डोंट नीड पीपल टू कम एंड डेकोरेट, आप खुद कर सकते हो डेकोरेट. तो हम आपके लिए उसके लिए शॉपेबल आइटम्स वगैरह देंगे आपको कि आप वहीं से डायरेक्टली उसी ऐप से परचेज कर सकते हो rather than going on different apps and looking for the things.
One-stop solution for all your event needs, like that.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, interesting. All right. So all the best to your venture also. Yes, Aryan.
Ma'am, actually, I joined late, so I also want to share my thoughts. May I?
Yes, please go ahead.
Ma'am, my name is Aryan Gemini, and I'm doing masters from NSUT. And I have a concept, I have an idea on voice-based voice-based OS shop. It is like Khata book, but it is all about uh, assisting assisting by voice. आपके पास एक सॉफ्टवेयर होगा जहां पर आप एंट्रीज सिर्फ वर्बली कर पाओगे, सिर्फ बोलने से आपकी एंट्रीज विल डन। लाइक लेट अज्यूम आप एक शॉपकीपर हो टियर 2 टियर 3 सिटीज में, तो आपको ना डिजिटल लिटरेसी नहीं है इतनी, तो डिजिटल है ना, तो आप फॉर्म वगैरह नहीं भर पाओगे। ऐसे खाता बुक की जो एप्लीकेशंस होती है उसमें आपको मैनुअली फिल करना होता है बाय योर हैंड्स, बाय टाइपिंग ऐसे। And what we are trying to solve, that we are gapping that bridge or eliminating that typing wala part, and our software will do that by voice command only. Let assume कोई customer है सुरेश नाम का, और मेरी एक शॉप है जेमिनी होम, तो मैं अपने सॉफ्टवेयर पे ये एंट्री करूंगा, मैं बोलूंगा दैट मैंने 4 किलो चीनी सुरेश को सेल करी है 250 रुपए की। तो आप इसको कैसे भी बोल सकते हो, ABC और BCA, या फिर ऐसे कुछ भी, मतलब आगे पीछे करके बोल सकते हो तीनों चारों एलिमेंट्स, प्रोडक्ट, आइटम और क्वांटिटी और प्राइस। तो वो ऑटोमेटिक एंट्री सबमिट हो जाएगी डाटाबेस में, और एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आप टेक्निकली उससे बोल भी सकते हो कि मेरे को आज का प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस बताओ। तो जो भी आपके एक्सपेंसेस होंगे आप उसे सेम कमांड दोगे, वो एक्सपेंसेस नोट करेगा, सेल नोट करेगा, आपकी परचेज वैल्यूज किस हिसाब से थी, परचेजेस किस रेट के थे और सेलिंग प्राइस क्या है, तो वो सिंपल से कैलकुलेशन करके आपको आज का प्रॉफिट बता देगा। ये ऐसे ही डे बाय डे, वीकली और मंथली। तो ऐसा कुछ आइडिया है वॉइस बेस्ड शॉप वॉइस का।
And you are trying to work around the digital literacy, मतलब ये उन लोगों के लिए है जो टाइप नहीं कर सकते।
बेसिकली मैम एक जैसे टाइप वाला भी इशू है, पर हम ना मेनली टाइम को बचा रहे हैं, टाइम सेव हो रहा है शॉपकीपर्स का। लेट अज्यूम एक बहुत फेमस शॉप है जहां पर बैक टू बैक कस्टमर्स आते जाते हैं, ठीक है। अब शॉपकीपर मैनुअली एक एक एंट्री करने बैठेगा तो वो या तो सामान ही देगा या फिर एंट्री करता रह जाएगा। तो व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू सॉल्व, वो सिर्फ बोले, क्योंकि बोलने में ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा, वो सामान भी देता रहेगा, बोलता भी रहेगा, तो उसकी मैनुअल एंट्रीज अपने आप होती चली जाएगी।
कितना नॉइजी होगा वो जगह इस टाइम से।
मैम इसके लिए भी हमने काम करा है बैकएंड पे, और अभी चल रहा है। हमने एटलीस्ट प्रोटोटाइप तो बना लिया है। नाउ आई वांट टू आस्क अ क्वेश्चन, अब इसको गुड, मेरी जीटीएम क्या होनी चाहिए?
आपकी जीटीएम क्या होनी चाहिए ये आप ही को तय करना चाहिए।
नहीं वो ठीक है मैम, मेरे को सजेशन चाहिए। आप क्या सजेशन दोगे मेरे को फर्स्ट 500 कस्टमर्स कैटर करने के लिए? मेरे को क्या स्टेप्स करने चाहिए?
You would have thought of कि ये किसके लिए यूजफुल होगा ये सॉल्यूशन?
शॉपकीपर्स,
what
किराना स्टोर, किराना स्टोर शॉपकीपर्स,
जो लोकल स्टोर्स हैं,
राइट, लोकल स्टोर्स, ग्रोसरी स्टोर्स,
रेडी वाले
स्टोर्स,
रेडी वाले भी है इसमें।
यस मैम।
So I think you should pick up these informal markets, है ना?
Right.
And segment, customer segmentation करिए, and then in each segment you distribute this 500 का जो आपका target है. So then you will have a, so then you will have a sample size through which you can determine कि किसके लिए ज्यादा relevant है और किसके लिए नहीं है, और क्यों नहीं है, किसके लिए है और क्यों है, ठीक है। बेस्ड ऑन दैट फिर आपका ये सोल्यूशन भी इम्प्रूव होगा और अपटेक भी बढ़ेगा, बिकॉज इट हैज टू बी अ पेड सर्विस अगेन, है ना। सो उनकी अफोर्डेबिलिटी क्या है, उनको इसका नीड क्या है। सो फॉर एग्जांपल ये जो यूपीआई पेमेंट्स हैं और उसमें जो बोलते हैं इतना पे कर दिया उतना पे कर दिया, दैट्स वेरी यूजफुल फॉर देम, क्योंकि वो काम भी करते रहते हैं, किसी ने पेमेंट कर दिया तो उनका ट्रैक रहता है। सो their senses are working, एक तरफ से कान, एक तरफ से हाथ, है ना? So that is useful. How your application is going to be useful and relevant for your customers is very important. Please be very mindful कि आप एक low paying customer के साथ भी deal करोगे for you, because आप informal sector में जा रहे हो, वहाँ पे already they are working on tight margins.
Right.
So for a product like yours, how much are they willing to pay for this? And is this a real problem for them?
Yes.
Or not?
I have done alpha beta testing with very little sample, but same time अभी मेरे को और भी बड़ा sample लेना है to collect the survey or to analyze the market, how much they are willing to pay. But एक on ground 50 sample के ऊपर मेरे को मिला है that they are willing to pay 400 to 500 if they are getting everything in the single app. Like my model will be freemium. First we will introduce them simple basic model of my software. Then they'll get habitual, and if they love to work on my software, so they have to pay for premium services like daily reminder to customers or credit wala system, payment wala system. We have think a lot, but अभी implement थोड़े थोड़े parts में ही हुआ है. अभी ledger बनाने वाला काम done हुआ है, that आप voice command दो, ledger activate हो जाएगी, ledger generate हो जाएगी. आप उसको command दो कि मेरे को बताओ आज का क्या sale हुआ है, तो वो बता देगी सॉफ्टवेयर. सो दैट हैव डन ऑलरेडी. और अभी आगे और काम करना है, और कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगी तो मैं शशि मैम से जरूर पूछूंगा.
Sure. Glad. And all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right. So I think we really had I really enjoyed having this interaction, and when we are meeting next, I think on 26th, then we can do two things. One is this task that do your own assumption analysis, and we can take up few to discuss in the class, so that we know how to do it. That is my idea. That we have to learn how to do it. क्योंकि आपको अपना business best पता है, आपको अपना product best पता है, आपको अपना market भी पता है. कुछ चीजें कैसे करनी है वो हम सीखेंगे. So that is one. The another thing is that as entrepreneurs, we also need to, at the end of the day, know ourselves. हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हमारी क्या limitations हैं, हमारे क्या drawbacks हैं as a person. Because as I told you, any business is a sum of multiple functions and multiple skills. ठीक है? तो it's very important कि हम अपना style, अपना personality को अच्छे से assess कर पाएं as an entrepreneur, to understand our own mindset. So we will do a test. If you guys agree, then we can do a test in which we will be able to understand कि हमारा खुद का leadership style क्या है, entrepreneurial style क्या है. Yeah. So these are two things for the next session. So I am done. Akhilesh, over to you.
I
Thank you
guess
so
we
much,
have
ma'am, for the
exhausted
insight.
all the questions.
Somebody is saying. Yeah.
No, I was saying that I think we have exhausted all the questions that students had.
Ma'am, one last
Yeah.
thing. Where can we connect with you personally, ma'am?
I will share my email ID, and you can write me emails. I'm better with that. Yeah.
Noted.
I will share the email ID with the students. Anything else?
So okay. So in the end, one statement is this, that this journey, entrepreneurship journey, is very risky, very chaotic, but of course rooted in our own passion, resilience, belief in what we are doing, and how we are solving a critical problem for people, environment. So let's keep that in mind as we design our businesses. And yeah, all the best to everyone. let's keep in touch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Srishti ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Ma'am.